Emotional day in her 20th, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Monday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And get ready for yet another summer-like day you were mentioning, right?
Yes, beautiful weather expected today. We're warming up, and that warm-up continues into the next few days. So I'm excited for this very warm stretch of weather. It's been long overdue. And let's take a look at what you can expect, not only for today, but also for the rest of the work week in your preview of your forecast here at News Channel 2 at sunrise. First off, again, feeling a lot like summer today, with temperatures climbing as high as the low to mid 80s. Even warmer days arrive tomorrow and Wednesday. With higher humidity, though, we have a better chance of some pop-up showers tomorrow evening as well as Wednesday, with a better chance on Thursday as a frontal boundary moves through. But following that front, things cool down a little bit later on in the work week, but by cool down, we're talking only 60s and 70s, so not a huge cool down like we've seen in a few weeks past. A live look at Oneonta, we're seeing some faint fog in the distance along the Delaware County, Otsego County line, and currently 55 degrees. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at live radar. All is quiet and dry across the state, and over the next 12 hours, we climb into the low to mid 80s. A beautiful day expected today, completely dry as well. Now, again, following today, we're going to track the shower and thunderstorm potential, how warm we get, and how cool we get in that full week ahead, straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. One person was airlifted to a Syracuse hospital.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back, everyone. The time now is 5:12. We're taking a look at what you can expect as you head out the door on your Munson CommuteCast for this morning. First off, as we take a look at live road conditions all across the region, there are reports of some very isolated fog, but besides that, most of the region is under dry and quiet conditions. As you can see here, clear skies on the arterial Genesee Street connection, the same thing along the Route 8 and Route 12 connection down in Bridgewater. And a live look at traffic flow. No notable reports from the obvious continuous closing of Route 28 down in Otsego and Herkimer County. And so besides that, again, the commute time about 12 or so minutes longer than usual if you're heading from Cooperstown to I-90 along Route 28. But besides that, the rest of central New York is looking pretty okay regarding those drive times and drive speeds. You see here the arterial still looking pretty smooth, sitting at 49 to 55 miles per hour. And you see here final drive times along Route 5S and Route 49. And so for today, we're talking about temperatures in the 50s to start, a dry start today. But as we head throughout the afternoon, we warm up into the upper 70s to as high as the mid 80s. Feeling a lot like summer today, and the same thing for tomorrow and Wednesday. We're talking about potential for thunderstorms, though, heading to the next few days in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The 5 finalists on NBC's The Voice.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back, everyone. After a beautiful day yesterday, the nice weather sticks around for almost the entire day today with plenty of sunshine and warmer temperatures. A live look at downtown Utica right now. We've got wall-to-wall sunshine to start out the day today with only just a few isolated cases of some patchy fog. And currently it's 55 degrees and dew points around 54. There is some light dew on the windshields this morning, but besides that, they're looking at no impacts for travel for the entire day today. Lots of dry weather in the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. And throughout the day today, we start out in the 50s, quickly climb into the low 80s by noontime, and into the low to mid 80s by 3 to 5 p.m. Rain chances non-existent for today. And regarding cloud cover, well, a few passing clouds during the afternoon, but looking at mostly sunny skies for the entire day today. But there's also a heads up too that now we're entering the warmer season, especially for this week. It might be a good idea to install those window AC units if you haven't done so yet. As today, maybe some light to moderate AC usage, but by Wednesday, it's going to feel a lot warmer. And now on our Skycast, we've got 50s to start with clear skies, quickly climbing into the 80s with completely dry conditions all across the region. Then by tonight, looking mainly dry with clear skies and temperatures falling back down into the 60s. By tomorrow, 8 a.m., temperatures already in the 70s in some spots. So it's going to feel very warm for the morning. Even that, we're climbing back up into the 80s once again by tomorrow afternoon. However, tomorrow is not looking to be entirely dry. We are tracking the potential for some pop showers and thunderstorms as weak low pressure moves north of us. And some of these could produce some heavier downpours and some stronger wind gusts. But we'll get to that as we head into tomorrow. Following that, things will dry out once more. And then Wednesday, a mild and warm start to the day. Maybe a brief passing shower in some spots. Take a look at this. Highs in the upper 80s. We're cutting it very close to 90 degrees Wednesday afternoon before a front arrives once more. And we cool down a little bit as we head into the end of the week. And so for today, high of 85, warm conditions. Tonight, a low of 60 with mostly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast. We've got 80s the next few days, increasing chances for thunderstorms as we head into Thursday. Then our slight cool down arrives, but it doesn't cool down by much, into the low 70s by Friday and Saturday. We'll be right back.
4.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And if you liked yesterday,
got nice weather today.
same thing, right?
Same thing, yes. We've got beautiful weather with temperatures starting out in the 50s this morning with clear skies and 80s this afternoon with completely dry weather.
What a great stretch.
Great stretch of weather indeed. Let's take a live look outside right now from our camera atop Partwick College. And we've got a great shot of the sunrise right there. Beautiful scene with just some patchy fog in the distance in those typical areas along the border of Otsego in Delaware County. But that looks to be about it. The fog extent is very limited across the region this morning. And currently 55 in Rome, 52 degrees in Hamilton with clear skies and dry weather on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. And over the next 12 hours, we start out in the 50s, but we quickly climb into the low to mid 80s by this afternoon. As Gary mentioned, feeling a lot like a mid-July day in late May. And that extent will continue not only for today, but also for the next few, for tomorrow and Wednesday. But following that, we're going to talk about potential for some thunderstorms in the forecast, not today, but in the near future. We'll talk about that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. NBC News.
Welcome back. We're going to start out this Monday by taking a look at our weather photo of the day. And this one put a smile on my face. It was submitted a few, I would say maybe a week or so ago, but we had so many amazing pictures. I had to put it on the, I'd say on the side for now, but bringing it back into our rotation. Teddy and her tulip taken in German Flats. An adorable shot here of this person's viewer's dog holding a tulip in the mouth. It's absolutely adorable. Thank you for submitting this photo. Put a smile on my face this morning, and I hope it put a smile on your face as you wake up with us here on News Channel 2 at sunrise. If you want to submit a photo like this one to brighten someone's day or just showcase any photo in general from around central New York that showcases the beauty of the local area, send the link on top of your screen, WKTV.com/weather/pics. But back to the weather. Well, this morning it's looking pretty dry on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, and we are expecting dry weather for the entire day today. And even though it is dry, it's going to warm up too, with temperatures starting out in the 50s this morning. 58 in Whitesboro, 53 in Inlet, 53 in Hessville, and 51 in Cooperstown. We will climb into eventually the low to mid 80s with plenty of sunshine. Following today, we've got warm weather on the horizon, but we have better chances for afternoon thunderstorms. We're going to talk about those chances in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Israel's Independence Day took place a couple of days ago, but the celebration.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. The summer-like weather, or at least extended summer-like weather, has been long overdue. And today we're seeing just that with a mild start, temperatures in the 50s and plenty of sunshine. Let's take a live look outside from our Nexus Center camera. We've got wall-to-wall sunshine this morning, just some locations of patchy fog, but that is isolated, and most of the region is looking relatively quiet with, again, plenty of sunshine, calm winds, and dew points right around the 54-degree mark, so dew is possible on windshields this morning. Obviously no frost as we are roughly on 20 degrees above freezing. Radar is showing completely dry conditions all across the region, and throughout the day we climb to temperatures well above average for this time of year, up into the low to mid 80s. It could be called a heat wave, but remember, heat waves are several days above 90 degrees, at least here locally, but I would say a relative heat wave compared to what we've seen in the days past. 83 the high, rain chances non-existent, and cloud cover, mainly sunny skies, with just a few passing clouds here and there for the afternoon. Now, with the warmer temperatures today, it might be a good idea if you haven't already put in that window AC. Now, you might not need it really today, but you definitely would need it as we approach Wednesday. With those temperatures approaching near 90 and higher humidity, it will feel very tacky, especially in non-air conditioned units. And so in our Skycast, we're talking about a dry and mild start to the day today. Temperatures in the 50s, warming up into the eventual low 80s to mid 80s by this afternoon. Completely dry weather all across the region. Then by tonight, we cool down into the 60s and 50s, but as we head into 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, 72 degrees, the temperature already. So it's going to be a warm start tomorrow, a warm afternoon, but there is potential as low pressure shifts north of us to fire up an isolated shower or thunderstorm. These showers could produce some heavier downpours as well as some stronger wind gusts. But besides that, things will quiet down and we dry out for the start of Wednesday. And then same story. Later on in the evening, we could be seeing an isolated to scattered shower or thunderstorm pop up. But for today, though, a high of 85, warm conditions. Tonight, we're back down into the 60s and 50s under mostly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast. Warming up tomorrow and Wednesday, 88 Tuesday, near 90 by Wednesday, with potential for some pop-up thunderstorms, again, both afternoons and evenings. And then on Thursday, a better chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. A slight cool down, but doesn't cool down by much, only into the low 70s by Friday and Saturday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. It was a crowded leader.
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Monday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And this is a sign of things to come, huh?
Yes, a very common sight we'll be seeing the next few days, and I feel like you also emphasize the warmth we're going to see, too. We got warmer days and sunnier days.
Near 90, you were saying later this week.
Yes, near 90 by the middle of the week. And even today, it's not quite 90, but it's going to feel a lot warm. Let's take a live look at what we can expect throughout the day today. First off, your forecast here, headlines for News Channel 2 at sunrise. Again, it's going to feel a lot like summertime, like mid-July the next few days for the start of the work week. Now, we are tracking the potential for some thunderstorms to develop, but this won't be for today. It'll be for tomorrow afternoon and Wednesday afternoon, and these showers and thunderstorms aren't expected to be completely widespread. A few pop-up thunderstorms here and there. And then a slight cool down later on in the week, but besides that, the cool down even then will only be into the low 70s. And a live look outside in Oneonta, we got sunny skies, but notice out in the distance we have some patchy fog. It is a little bit more widespread than earlier this morning. I'm starting to see some more reports of the fog coming in Sherburne, in Morrisville, primarily in some of those higher elevations in those valleys. with currently 50-degree start to the day across a lot of the region. And for today, it's a dry start. We are tracking sunshine moving in and remaining pretty sunny throughout the entire day, with temperatures rising up quickly into the low to mid 80s. We're tracking those warmer days ahead, plus again the potential for those thunderstorms tomorrow and Wednesday in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. One person was airlifted to a...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:13, and we're taking a look at road conditions and travel times as you head out to work this morning, as well as you head home along your evening commute on our Munson CommuteCast. First off, we are looking all across central New York because there is increasing fog in some locations, especially out in Morrisville, Parchingo County, along the I-88 corridor, along the Otsego and Delaware County line. But besides that, most of the region is looking relatively fog-free, and that will be the case for the next several hours. But it is a mild start, and a reminder, though, for those of you that are heading up or heading down along Route 28 in Otsego and Herkimer County, that the road is closed along that bridge along German Flat, so adding about 12 minutes to your morning commute for that. But the rest of central New York, seeing pretty average drive times. Same thing first along the Utica area, I-90 and Route 5, as well as Route 49, Utica to Rome, current drive time of 9 to 10 minutes. So this morning, it's dry. We've got dew in the windshields, as well as potential for some patchy fog. But besides that, sunshine moves in this afternoon, dry weather for the entire day, and temperatures climbing into the mid-80s. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The 5 finalists on NBC's The Voice will...
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 6:19, and it's so far turning into a pretty nice day with a live look outside from our Nexus Center camera. Gorgeous blue skies, temperatures in the 50s, but will quickly climb up several degrees into the 70s, eventually 80s by this afternoon. Currently 55 at Griffiths and Rome with a light wind of 3 miles per hour. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet and dry across the region. What will be an entirely dry day today is, as you can see, temperatures as well climbing up into the upper 70s to as high as a low to mid 80s. Now, humidity today will not be too bad. However, by the afternoon, it will be noticeable along the muggy side with dew points in the low 60s. Not quite to the point of very humid near tropical, but with the added humidity in the air, might be a good time to install those window AC units if you haven't done so already. Now today, maybe not so much, but especially tomorrow and Wednesday, higher humidity and even warmer temperatures expected, approaching near 90 by Wednesday afternoon. Again, it could be a great time to install those AC units, although by Thursday and Friday, the temperatures will cool down a little bit as we head into the end of the work week. But heading straight to our Skycast, because although we're looking at warmer temperatures with sunshine the next few days, storm potential is still there. Now today is looking entirely dry. No thunderstorms expected. High temperatures climbing into the low to mid 80s. So have any outdoor plans today? Honestly, even though it's warm out, I'd say go for that cookout after work. Maybe grab some hot dogs and hamburgers and cook it for dinner tonight, because it's looking entirely dry and temperatures will remain in the low 80s by the evening. Then by tomorrow, a very warm start, 72 at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning in Utica, but by the afternoon, not looking entirely dry. Low pressure to the north will sweep through and maybe fire up a couple isolated showers and thunderstorms. These could produce some downpours as well as some stronger wind gusts with that, but not looking totally widespread. And by the overnight, things quiet down once more. And then a similar idea on Wednesday. Warm start, approaching near 90 by the afternoon, and there is still a risk of an isolated pop-up shower or thunderstorm during the daytime. But for today, though, high of 85 degrees, warm conditions by tonight, a low of 60 with mostly clear skies. your 7-day forecast. Approaching near 90 on Wednesday, then a better chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms on Thursday as we cool down a little bit from the upper 80s to the low 70s by Friday and Saturday. So far looking pretty dry, but rain at this point looks to return as we head into Sunday. But pretty warm stretch, Gary, over the next 7. Look at that.
Yeah.
80s and 70s.
Welcome to summer.
7 days. Yeah.
Summer in May. Eric, thanks. Well, it was madness at the Utica Zoo this weekend. Meatball madness.
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning once again, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And you're talking near 90 later this week. Holy cow.
Yes, bit of a mini heat wave. Of course, not an official one, but we've got warmer temperatures and plenty of sunshine for today,
Yes.
and even for the next few, even in mid-80s by this afternoon. Looking forward to that. And what can you expect not only for today, but for the entire work week? As Gary mentioned, we're talking about 70s, eventually 80s, pushing 90 by the middle of the week. And even today, although it's not going to be quite 90, it's going to be a very warm one, if that. Live look at Oneonta right now from our camera atop Hartwick College. We have some faint fog in the distance. Still some fog developing in some regions as well, especially in parts of Morrisville and Sherburne and Madison and Shenango counties. But the fog is lifting and moving as of now. And it also is a mild start to the day, 55 degrees. Radar is quiet and dry across the region, and throughout the day today, we climb quickly into the 50s, eventually into the low to mid 80s by this afternoon. So soak up the sunshine today. It's completely dry and completely warm. And as we head throughout the next few days, warm weather sticks around, but the dry weather doesn't necessarily as well, as we're tracking potential for some thunderstorms tomorrow and Wednesday. We'll talk about those chances in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, never more than 10 minutes away. Well, NBC News has...
Welcome back. We're going to start out by taking a look at our photo of the day to start out the work week. And going back maybe a week or two to submission. Again, we have so many great submissions by all of you, that it's hard to pick just one every day. But this one I wanted to get back to because it put a smile on my face, and I hope it puts a smile on your face as you wake up with us here on Sunrise this morning. Teddy and her tulip, taken in German Flats. Adorable dog right there, holding the tulip. Bit of a Valentine right there. And if you want to submit a photo like this one, a photo that might make someone else smile in the morning to brighten the day, or even just a photo of a great sunrise, a rainbow, of flowers, of anything spring-like, or just anything in general that you think would showcase the beauty of our local area here in central New York, send the link right there in the top of your screen, wktv.com/weather/pics. Include your name as well if you want credit for the submission. Now, on the live look, the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, it's looking completely dry across the region, but as we head throughout the next few days, not looking so dry in the forecast for the entire day. But for today, though, it is looking to be a dry one and a warm one. Temperatures starting out in the 50s, 59 in Whitesboro, 54 in Westmoreland, climbing up into the 80s by this afternoon. We are tracking yet again warmer days ahead. We're going to talk about those thunderstorm chances in that forecast in just a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Israel's Independence Day.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back, everyone. This Monday starts out dry and sunny with temperatures in the 50s, quickly climbing around 30 degrees into the mid-80s. A live look at downtown Utica right now. Again, gorgeous blue skies, dry start to the day today. There is some patchy fog developing in some regions, but it is clearing quickly as soon as it is forming for a lot of those isolated regions. Currently 57 in Utica, a couple degrees cooler in Rome, 55 degrees with a southeast wind of 3 miles per hour. And the warming trend will continue throughout the day today, as well as dry weather on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. No rain or thunderstorms expected for the daytime hours today. And back to that warm up, take a look at this right here. 50s back up into the upper 70s, eventually mid 80s by 4 and 5 p.m. Great weather today to do any outdoor activities, potentially mow the lawn, or even fire up the grill for some dinner tonight. If you didn't do it yesterday, another great day today if you didn't have any plans for dinner just yet. Rain chances, non-existent. Cloud cover, a few passing clouds, but otherwise we'll be under mostly sunny skies during the daytime today. And speaking of that warm up, might be a good time to install those window AC units, not only for today, but for Tuesday and Wednesday, especially with those warming temperatures climbing as high as upper 80s to potentially low 90s on Wednesday. It's going to be very warm and it's going to feel a lot more humid. As a matter of fact, it will be feeling humid today with dew points in the upper 50s to low 60s. Now back to our Skycast. We're talking about a dry start today, warming up into the upper 70s, eventually again mid 80s with plenty of sunshine. By tonight, mostly clear skies, lows falling down into the low 60s, and then by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, 72 in Utica, a very warm start, and again, warmer temperatures the afternoon, high of 85, but then tomorrow, low pressure passes north of us, and this could fire up an isolated shower or thunderstorm. These could produce some stronger wind gusts as well as some heavier downpours in between them, but this isn't looking to be a widespread event as of now. And then again, things quiet down, dry start Wednesday, warming up to the upper 80s, and then same story, potentially an isolated shower or thunderstorm will pop up in the evening. But for today though, a high of 85, warm conditions. By tonight, we're back down into the 60s under mostly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast, warming up quite a lot for the next few days, then cooling down. Following Wednesday, scattered showers and thunderstorms Thursday, down into the low 70s by Friday and Saturday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. It was a crowded leader.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And get those sunglasses out. You're going to need them again today, right?
Sunglasses, and that's pretty much about it. We got warmer temperatures in the 80s. Higher humidity, you'll feel a lot more like a mid-July day today. And in fact, that mid-July weather will stick around for the start of the work week, spanning the next few days. In fact, for the next few days, looking to be a lot like, as I just mentioned, early July, I would even say even mid to late July with these 80-degree temperatures. And outside of Oneonta, it's not a terribly warm start. It's 55 degrees out there right now, but again, it will climb very quickly into the upper 70s to eventually the low to mid 80s by this afternoon. Dry on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, and over the next 12 hours, you can see here, 63 by 8 a.m., 78 by noontime, 84 by 4 p.m. And not only is it warm today, it is also going to be warm tomorrow and Wednesday with surprisingly even warmer temperatures expected. This semi-heat wave, I wouldn't officially call it a heat wave unless we have 90-degree temperatures for several days in a row, but by late May standards, I would call it a mini heat wave. Following today, we've got the chance for some thunderstorms during the afternoons tomorrow and Wednesday. We'll talk about those chances in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. One person was airlifted to a...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back, everyone. This Monday starts out with temperatures in the 50s, a dry start, and a dry overall day is expected for the entire morning, afternoon, and evening. Take a live look outside from our Nexus Center camera. We've got gorgeous blue skies across the region. Officially in Utica, current temperature of 59 degrees, which is a relatively mild start to the day today. But we take a look at the temperature at Griffiths and Rome, sitting at 58 degrees, and with dew points in the upper 50s, there is potential for not only some dew on the windshields, but also patchy fog has developed in some locations, but that fog is continuing to lift all across central New York. And the radar is quiet and dry all across central New York, and with the dry weather and the sunshine, we'll continue to climb into the low to mid 80s by this afternoon, peaking at around 83, 84 degrees. And rain chances non-existent today. And regarding that sunshine, a few passing clouds, but otherwise we're under mostly sunny skies for the afternoon. And with these warmer temperatures, maybe a good idea to start installing those window AC units. Now today, maybe you could get away with not using it, but as we head into tomorrow and Wednesday, those of you who are not a fan of the high heat humidity might want to turn on those ACs. Now by Thursday and Friday, we'll start to cool down a little bit, and you might not need the AC for those days. But heading straight to our Skycast, we're going to be showing how warm it's getting, not only for the afternoons, but also for the mornings. And you can see here, 80s today. Then we're back down into the 60s for tomorrow morning. But by 8 a.m. in the Mohawk Valley, we could be starting out at 72 degrees. A very warm start to the day tomorrow. And then same story, upper 70s, eventually mid 80s. But with tomorrow, we got a weak low pressure north of us that could fire up an isolated thunderstorm due to that higher humidity and heat in the atmosphere. Then, following that, those thunderstorms will fade away. We dry out again, and same story Wednesday. Warm start, upper 80s, potentially approaching near 90 before we start to cool down as, yet again, a few spotty isolated thunderstorms could pop up in the evening. And so for today, high of 85, warm conditions, beautiful weather today. Tonight, a low of 60 under mostly clear skies. 7-day forecast, 80s tomorrow and for Friday, for Wednesday. Then on Thursday, things cool down a little bit, high 75. Cold front passes and we dry out Friday and Saturday, highs in low 70s.
Joining us now, and Eric, we are heating up.
Yeah, that's right. And I wonder if they ever make, I would say, short sleeve suits, so we can kind of open the windows and bring out the,
I think they have them.
The outdoor weather. I would wear them too if they were available.
We'll get you one.
I'll have to check, yeah.
Tomorrow.
And this morning, it was a mild start, and this afternoon, even warmer. Let's take a look at those current conditions out there. 77 in Rome, 77 in Hamilton, 81 out in Syracuse. So the warmer temperatures continue to move in from the southwest. And a live look outside from our Cavey Tower camera. Gorgeous blue skies, completely dry weather across the region as you take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. And for today, we climb from the upper 70s to as high as the low to mid 80s by this afternoon with still plenty of sunshine, great outdoor weather, although it might feel a little bit more humid and obviously a little bit more warm than we're used to by late May standards. But regardless, enjoy the sunshine. We've been seeing a lack of it, at least for the past few weeks. And by tonight, looking at mostly dry conditions, in fact, entirely dry conditions, and a dry start tomorrow. But those thunderstorm chances do start to increase as we head to tomorrow and Wednesday. We'll talk about those chances and how warm it gets in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Former President Trump is back in court.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone. It's feeling a lot like summer out there with temperatures already in the 70s, and we're not done warming up just yet. As we take a live look outside from our camera on the Nexus Center, downtown Utica looking sunny, looking warm as well. Currently 78 degrees officially in the city, and in Rome, down 1 degree, 77 with plenty of sunshine. Notable humidity as well. Dew points 60 degrees or above is right around the point where it feels muggy, and then to the humid side of things. 65, then 70-degree dew points is when you get into the tropical category. But for now, it is remaining a bit humid. Also, the sun is a bit on the stronger side as well. We got a UV index of 8 out of 11, which means that you're going to keep those sunglasses, sunscreen, and hat handy with you if you're spending any amount of time outside today, as the burn time is currently set at 15 minutes with unprotected skin with the UV rays. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a live radar. Besides, of course, the humidity, the air is looking pretty quiet and dry with no rainfall expected for the next several hours. And Those temperatures continue to remain into the low to mid 80s by this afternoon, cooling down a little bit by sunset, but it's going to be a warm stretch, not only for the daytime highs, but also for the morning lows, with temperatures tomorrow morning expected to remain in the upper 60s to low 70s by around 8 a.m. But regardless, with these daytime highs approaching near 90 on Wednesday, might be that good idea to bring out the air conditioner and have it set up in your windowsill if you haven't done it just yet, or if you have central air, to potentially start using it this week if needed, as again, humidity is on the rise as well as those temperatures. And so in our Skycast this morning, we started out mild and dry, and this afternoon, same story, dry, but again, warmer, mid-80s by this evening. And then by tonight, looking at mainly clear skies, temperatures falling into the 60s. But take a look at this, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, Mohawk Valley in the 70s. A warm start tomorrow. You might not even need a jacket at all as you head out the door. And we climb up into the mid-80s. And that will be the case for not only tomorrow, but Wednesday. But a difference tomorrow compared to today will be low pressure moving north of us. This could influence the potential for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm, and these pop-up showers could produce some isolated, stronger wind gusts and heavier downpours. But by the time the evening moves through, we dry out again, and we'll be seeing a very similar story as we approach Wednesday. But for today, no rain or thunderstorms expected. It's dry, temperatures in the 80s, and by tonight, looking at lows in the 60s under mostly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast, that warm-up continues with potential for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm tomorrow and for Wednesday. Better chance for scattered showers and storms on Thursday, slight cool down. And it's surprising, we're in this stretch where a cool down means low 70s. And usually that's a warm-up, at least by this stage of the year. So it's definitely a warm stretch ahead. I would say a hot stretch. I think 80s is hot for me.
Yeah, for here it is.
Yes.
That's for sure. Eric, thanks. Well, the countdown to the Summer Olympics is on now, and boy, what a warm stretch we are in.
Yes, in fact, great weather. I think it's time to
bring it out.
Bring out the grill. If you haven't done so already, we had a few nice days, but now we have a nice warm stretch of weather, and there's potential for some thunderstorms tomorrow and Wednesday, but not today.
Not today.
So I think today's a great day to do some grilling. Let's open up that grill and talk about that forecast. Again, today, great weather for it. Although it will be on the warm side. Wear that sunscreen, of course, sunglasses, hat if you have one. Early for Tuesday and Wednesday, but obviously early grilling might be in the early afternoon if you have a half day or whatever. But by the evening hours, there's potential for some pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Coming up in a few minutes, Howard will give you an idea of how to prepare your grill once again after several months of keeping it locked away. And now in Oneonta, great views outside, gorgeous blue skies, temperatures in the 70s, nearing 80 in the lowest elevations in the Mohawk Valley. The radar, of course, looking quiet and dry, and for the rest of the afternoon and evening, expect that dry weather to stick around, but humidity and temperatures will still be on the rise until roughly 3 to 4 p.m., where the warmest time of the day will take place. Then by tonight, we cool down into the 60s. We're tracking a warm start tomorrow, a dry start as well. But again, we can't rule out a thunderstorm in the afternoon. We'll talk about those chances in that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A high-speed chase through Miami.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. We are talking about sunshine, dry weather, higher humidity as well as we're entering this very warm stretch to start out the work week. Currently taking a live look outside and our camera on the Nexus Center. We are talking mainly blue skies, near cloudless, just some thin wispy clouds way up in the atmosphere, those cirrus clouds way up in the sky, and temperature of 79 officially in Utica. Again, it's a little cooler in Rome, 2 degrees cooler, but still upper 70s with notable humidity. Dew point of 60 degrees. Any dew point above 60, the humidity is a lot more noticeable. 65 on the humid category and then 70 is when you reach the tropical stages where the air feels almost like you were in the tropics. But regardless, it's noticeable today. Along with that, too, the sun is a bit on the stronger side as well. UV index of 8, which means that you're going to want to pack that hat if you head outside, sunglasses, sunscreen if you're spending more than 15 minutes outside, because that's the average burn time expected if you are outside with unprotected skin. Radar right now is looking dry, and we are expecting completely dry weather outside for today, and temperatures continuing to climb into the low to mid 80s by this afternoon. So warm, somewhat humid weather and dry conditions. Great start to the week. In fact, well above average. Average high is 71 this time of year. So with this warm stretch, even though it is a bit on the early side, doesn't hurt to put in those window AC units if you haven't done so just yet. Not so much today unless you want, but as you head into Tuesday and Wednesday, especially Wednesday with highs approaching near 90, might be the best bet to install or even turn on your air conditioner. And so on the Skycast today, it was a mild start. Temperatures in the 50s, climbing up into the 80s by this afternoon with completely dry weather. Warm start tomorrow with temperatures falling as low as 60 degrees, but by 8 a.m., we're already in the upper 60s, low 70s over much of the region. And then following that, the afternoon, mid 80s. But tomorrow will be a little bit different. We got low pressure to the north. This will sweep over the region, and the ripple in the atmosphere could fire up an isolated shower or thunderstorm that could produce some stronger downpours as well as some stronger wind gusts. So again, tomorrow not looking entirely as dry. If you have any outdoor plans, if you want to mow the lawn, I'd recommend doing it today versus tomorrow just in case you get caught in a thunderstorm. But following that, dry start again Wednesday, same thing. We have a weak frontal system passing north of us that could fire up a shower or thunderstorm late. But for today, though, no showers or thunderstorms, completely dry weather, temperatures in the mid 80s. By tonight, lows falling into the low 60s with mostly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast, that warm stretch, in fact, hot stretch, continues for Tuesday and Wednesday. Then a slight cool down into the Thursday and Friday end of the work week. And as I mentioned in the first half hour, Gary, it's shocking that a cool down means 70s, low 70s in the region. It's a very warm stretch of weather we're experiencing right now. So I recommend going out, putting on the sunscreen, enjoying the nice sunshine and dry weather.
Get that grill out like you said earlier.
Yes, do some grilling today. I think I might do some grilling as well.
Yeah, smart idea. Eric, thanks. Well, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange won a key battle today.
Before the unofficial start to summer, but it felt a lot like it today.
Yeah, ready or not, it's here. We're going to be seeing temperatures in the upper 80s over the next couple of days. Let's take a look at the forecast. If you're going for a run this evening, it's going to be a warm one. Stay hydrated. Temperatures are expected to be in the upper 70s to low 80s, and we're noticing increasing levels of humidity to go along with this too. So again, it's going to feel a lot more like summer here over the next couple of days. 83 degrees is the current temperature. The dew point's now up to 61. So again, feeling more humid today compared to the past several weeks. Looking at our weather headlines again, we're going to see more of this over the next few days as summer getting a very early start this year. Temperatures are expected to be in the upper 80s over the next 2 days. We'll also be dodging some thunderstorms each and every afternoon over the next 2 days. There was going to be some changes in the weather. A cold front arrives Wednesday night, and it does look cooler as we head into the end of the week. Things look pretty quiet out there this evening. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar will stay in the upper 70s to low 80s this evening. Again, some warm weather ahead. I'll let you know the chance for storms ahead, too. A look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Hot night to train for the Boilermaker, but it is.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Some very warm weather on the way over the next couple of days. Ready or not, summer is here, and it's going to stick around for a couple of days. We're in the low 80s today. We're expecting high temperatures to be in the upper 80s tomorrow as well as Wednesday. Could we hit 90? Maybe. Just depends on how much sunshine. Both days include the chance for pop-up thunderstorms, and those are the wild card. If those storms develop in the afternoon, it won't be quite this warm, but if those storms miss us, it could be a little warmer. We do expect the weather to cool down Thursday and Friday as high temperatures climb into the mid-70s. Will we break any records during this stretch? The answer is unlikely. The one record that could fall would be Wednesday, and here we could more likely tie it rather than break it. Some very hot temperatures in the record books. Today's record high 89 back in 1962. Tomorrow's 92 in 1977 and 90 degrees on Wednesday, also in 1977. Interesting stat, 1977, one of the earliest heat waves ever recorded with 3 days in a row in the 90s. Again, it's incredibly rare to see that in any given year, but it happened in the late part of May back in 1977. Live look at downtown Utica, a temperature of 83 degrees. Again, a very warm day across the region, plenty of sunshine. If you're looking to get the lawn cut over the next couple of days, you're going to have to work around some showers and thunderstorms over the next 3 days. Thursday, more of a steadier rain is expected early in the day. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, things look pretty quiet this evening. Very warm temperatures. A lot of us in the low 80s, some of us in the mid 80s. Dolgeville 85, Little Falls 87, across Southern Valleys 87 in Sherburne, Oneonta 81 in Cooperstown with 83. Things look quiet for now. We've got high pressure serving as a heat pump, keeping our weather very warm and generally dry. We're going to be on the fringe of thunderstorm activity. A few storms could pop up in the afternoon, both tomorrow and Wednesday. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, a bit muggy tonight. Overnight lows only in the 60s. A good night to run the air conditioner if you have it. Tomorrow, a very warm day. A few scattered thunderstorms are possible in the afternoon. Again, not everybody gets this, but there's a chance. Tomorrow night, the weather looks to remain dry. And then on Wednesday, the same deal. Looking at maybe a pop-up thunderstorm in the afternoon. A very warm afternoon with high temperatures again in the upper 80s to near 90. Tonight, a mild night, a low of 62. Tomorrow, partly sunny skies, sunshine. Again, the chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon, 88 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecasts. Same for Wednesday, 89. Thursday, rain in the morning, then we get a chance to dry out. It does cool down, and for those of you making plans over Memorial Day weekend, right now the weather looks pretty good. I think we're going to go 2 for 3 here with a chance of rain on Monday.
All right, good deal, Bill. Thank you. All right, still ahead, we have a 2-day food giveaway to tell.
So we're tracking a warm evening, and that might get you thinking about ice cream. So how fast do you have to eat it on a night like tonight? Well, you're going to want to eat it pretty quickly. Temperatures will be in the 80s here this evening, and we have higher levels of humidity too, so just keep that in mind. We've got some very warm and very favorable ice cream weather ahead too. Temperatures are going to remain in the upper 80s over the next couple of days. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's quiet this evening. It'll stay dry and sunny, and it looks to be a very nice evening ahead. Again, temperatures will be very warm over the next 2 days with highs in the upper 80s. So keep that in mind when you're taking your dog out for a walk. This evening it'll be fine as the sun sets, but you're going to want to avoid walking in the middle of the day. That pavement gets really hot, and it could be very uncomfortable for your pet's paws. Again, something to keep in mind here. Tonight's featured dog is Marley from Salisbury, and this is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. Kristen, back over to you.
Bill, thank you. The countdown to the Summer Olympics.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Making plans for the weekend. We've got an early look at the Memorial Day weekend forecast. Right now, some of the headlines, it looks to be cooler, temperatures in the 70s and generally dry, and I think we'll go 2 for 3 on decent days. We are watching Monday for some rain showers, but again, it is still several days away. And I want you to come back and check back with us, because I have a feeling that we'll get more of an answer as to the timing of the rain on Monday and what that could mean for your plans. Before we get there, it's going to be very warm. Temperatures will be close to 90 degrees. Here's a look at what pavement and temperatures at the surface look like when it gets to 90 degrees. Grass gets close to 90 degrees, but look at concrete and asphalt. Temperatures during the day between about noon to 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon could exceed 100 degrees. And you want to keep that in mind when you're going out for a walk. You want to avoid the heating of the day if you're taking your dog out for a walk, because under these conditions, it could damage your pet's paws. Live look at downtown Utica, temperature of 82 degrees. Again, it's a very warm day, the warmest day we've had so far this season, and we've got warmer weather ahead too. Things look dry. If you're heading out this evening, we are expecting dry and generally sunny weather. Temperatures from our sky watchers: Bob and Clinton 85 degrees, Barneveld 79, Lyman and Eaton with 84, Fairfield Sandy checks in with 83, Milford Mark with 81 degrees, and Worcester with 83. We're keeping an eye to the west. Over the next 2 days, we're going to have the chance of some pop-up thunderstorms. This is going to be mainly in the afternoon, and it's just a chance. It's not guaranteed. Tonight, a bit muggy. Overnight lows drop down into the low to mid 60s. Tomorrow, again, a generally nice day, lots of sunshine, very warm. The chance of a pop-up thunderstorm in the afternoon, thinking this would be 2 to 4 o'clock. And again, it doesn't affect everybody. Heading into tomorrow night, the weather remains very warm. It's great weather to run the air conditioner if you have it. More thunderstorms are possible late Wednesday. I think the risk increases to the highest level heading into Wednesday night. That's when we're expecting a cold front to move in, cooling our temperatures off for the second half of the week. Mild tonight, low of 62. Tomorrow, again, a very warm day. Just watch out for the possibility of a pop-up storm. High temperature of 88. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Another hot day on Wednesday. Thunderstorms more likely in the afternoon compared to tomorrow. But again, our best chance is going to be Wednesday night and Thursday as that cold front arrives. Rain showers early Thursday, and then we'll get a chance to dry out. The weather, again, looks pretty nice heading into the weekend with a chance of rain on Monday and highs in the low 70s. We'll be right back.
First look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. Hot one out there right now.
Yeah, a very nice day. Lots of sunshine, very warm. Temperatures made it into the low 80s this afternoon. We're expecting temperatures to climb into the upper 80s over the next 2 days. So summer is here, ready or not. The other thing we've been noticing, the humidity is up. Our dew point is now up to 62, which is the highest it's been so far this season. And again, this is just the beginning. We will not break any temperature records in this stretch, although we might come close on Wednesday. The record high in that date is 90. We're calling for a high of 89. So that might be tied, just depending on how things work out, but the other ones won't. Ready or not, summer is here. Temperatures again in the upper 80s over the next couple of days. We're generally dry, but there are a few chances for thunderstorms in the afternoons, both tomorrow as well as Wednesday. I think the best chance of rain will be Wednesday night as a cold front arrives. Looking to get out and enjoy the weather this evening. The weather looks lovely. We'll be in the 70s. It does cool off and become more comfortable this evening. Again, tracking some hot weather over the next couple of days. We're going to take an early look at the forecast heading into the Memorial Day weekend, and that's coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Happening now, New Hartford residents.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We've got some high heat in the forecast. Temperatures in the upper 80s over the next 2 days. The air conditioner is going to come in handy. If you haven't installed it yet, you might want to think about it. Temperatures, again, pushing generally 20 degrees above average for this time of the year. And we're going to continue that into Wednesday. Then things start to cool down as we look ahead. The Memorial Day weekend forecast, this is just a preview of it. What we're tracking is generally dry weather. I think we're going to go 2 for 3 here. Partly sunny skies Saturday and Sunday. There is a chance of some rain on Monday. It's a week out, so we'll continue to keep an eye on this and keep you updated in case anything changes. Live look in downtown Utica, 82 degrees. Again, a very warm day. We're dry on the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, and that will be the case for the rest of this evening. Sky watchers checking in. We're in the low to mid 80s for many areas. Bob and Clinton 85, Mike and New Hartford 85 degrees, Helen and Cassville with 80, Barneveld 79, Fairfield 83 degrees, Inlet 79, and Bill and Old Forge with 81, Mark and Milford 81 degrees, Deb and Hartwick with 80. We're going to keep an eye to the west over the next 2 days. There's going to be a very weak disturbance that could kick off a few afternoon showers and thunderstorms. I think this is a relatively low chance, both Tuesday and Wednesday. The best chance of rain looks to be Wednesday night into Thursday as a cold front approaches. Tonight, it's a bit muggy. A good night to run the air conditioner if you have it. Overnight lows drop down into the low to mid 60s. Tomorrow, we're looking at partly to mostly sunny skies. There's the chance of a thunderstorm in the afternoon, but again, this is hit or miss. For most of us, a miss. But there is a low chance that we could see a pop-up storm. Temperatures in the upper 80s. A very mild and muggy night tomorrow night. Overnight lows only in the mid-60s. On Wednesday, we do this again. Again, a small chance of a pop-up thunderstorm in the afternoon. A cold front approaches from the west Wednesday night, and that brings us our best chance of rain this week. Mild tonight, a low of 62. Tomorrow, a beautiful day, but again, it's a very warm afternoon, especially for May, a high temperature of 88. And while we won't be breaking records, it's still going to be a very warm stretch. Close to 90 on Wednesday. Thunderstorms possible in the afternoon. The best chance of storms Wednesday night into Thursday. Rain looks to linger into early Thursday morning, and we'll get a chance to dry out. Setting the stage for generally pleasant weather. Seasonable temperatures heading into the weekend. And again, tracking the chance for rain on Monday.
All right, Bill, thank you. Still to come here on News Channel 2 at...
Look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Oh my goodness, what a day it was today. It was hot.
Yeah, it was a very warm day. Temperatures made it into the low 80s. It's going to get even warmer over the next 2 days. Beautiful sunset behind us. This picture taken by Dennis Baldwin in Waterville.
Beautiful.
Looking like a summer sunset, and very summer-like weather is expected over the next couple of days. We're pushing the upper 80s tomorrow as well as Wednesday, but we do expect the weather to cool down back into the 70s as we head into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Not pretty close to record highs, but I don't think any records will be falling here over the next couple of days. Current temperature 67 degrees, clear skies. It is cooling off, but we're not going to cool off much further tonight. I'm expecting overnight lows to drop into the low 60s. It's dry out there this evening, but there will be the chance of a few thunderstorms over the next couple of days, so we are tracking some wet weather. Not tonight, though. It's mild, it's dry, a low temperature of 62. Tracking some of that heat, humidity, and also the storm chances coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. A developing story now out of...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We've got a very warm stretch of weather ahead. I wanted to compare the high temperatures to the records here. Today we got up to 84. That doesn't break the record. The record's 89, and it will stand for today's date, set back in 1962. We're calling for a high tomorrow of 88, the record high 92, so that one's safe. 89 expected on Wednesday, the record high 90. That one could fall, or at least be tied. This also goes to show you that we can get very warm in the month of May. And in fact, this stretch of weather, while very uncommon, is not unprecedented. We've seen hotter weather in the past. Looking ahead, this is great weather to run the air conditioner. If you have it installed, you're going to be using it a lot. But if you haven't put it in yet, you might want to think about it because it's only going to be getting warmer here over the next couple of days, especially Wednesday. Looking ahead to Memorial Day weekend, we are tracking pretty nice weather. I think temperatures will be in the 70s. The one day I'm watching is Monday. We could have some rain showers around. So we're thinking at least 2 of the 3 days will be dry and sunny. And again, we'll continue to keep an eye on that as we get closer. We're still a week away from that, so you definitely want to check back. Live looking downtown Utica, temperature of 69 degrees. Pretty quiet out there, although we are tracking a few showers and rumbles of thunder out near the Finger Lakes. Those should stay west of our area tonight. But it is showing you signs of the atmosphere. In fact, you can see some thunderstorms out near Michigan. Some energy arrives tomorrow, and that could create a few pop-up showers and storms. Same thing for Wednesday. But the activity should be relatively scattered in nature. It's a bit muggy tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the 60s. Tomorrow, we're expecting sunshine, a beautiful day, but there's going to be the chance of a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms. We're thinking after 2 o'clock through about 6 to 7 o'clock, we could have a few pop-up storms. Again, not affecting everybody. Tomorrow night, a very warm and muggy night. Overnight lows drop down into the 60s. And then Wednesday, again, more of the same. It's not going to play out identical, but there's going to be the chance for some pop-up thunderstorms. A better chance for wet weather is expected Wednesday night. This is when we're finding a cold front moving in from the west, and that should bring widespread rain, thunder, lightning, along with a drop in the temperature. Mild tonight, low of 62. Tomorrow, Again, generally pleasant day, a high temperature of 88. Again, that risk of a pop-up shower or storm. Pop-up shower or storm possible Wednesday, 89. Widespread showers and storms Wednesday night into Thursday. Thursday's high 75. Pleasant towards the weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday looking dry. Some rain on Memorial Day.
Please tell me even Kristen did a double take when she saw that. At
Oh, a
5 and
dry
6.
weekend.
A dry weekend? That's outstanding.
I know, we'll see.
Fingers crossed. All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next, Parkway Plants. Look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Gorgeous day today. Even better sunset out there tonight, too.
Summer's coming. Feeling like summer today, looking like summer. This is a beautiful sunset from Dennis Baldwin in Waterville. I think we'll see a few more of these here over the next couple of days. We've got some very warm weather ahead. Temperatures are expected to be in the upper 80s tomorrow, as well as Wednesday. We might get close to 90 if we get enough sunshine. Both days feature the chance for thunderstorms, and if we get thunderstorms in the middle of the afternoon, this could take down our high temperature briefly. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, notice the change here. There's a cold front that arrives Wednesday night, and that will bring temperatures closer to average as we head into the end of the week. Current temperature 66 degrees, clear skies. It's a touch muggy out there tonight. The humidity is up. Live look at the Eric Battery, Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. Tonight, temperatures drop into the low 60s, a mild night. Again, we are tracking a few chances for storms over the next couple of days. I've got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
We've got a really warm stretch of weather ahead. I wanted to start out by comparing some of the high temperatures over the next couple of days to the record highs. Today we hit 84. That didn't break the record. That was 89, and it still is 89, set back in 1962. We won't do it tomorrow. 88's the high. 92 is what we'd have to hit. Set back in 1977. Another 1977 record is Wednesday. That's 90. I think this one we might be able to tie. Our forecasted high of 89 is going to be really close. But this also shows you that while this is very much out of the ordinary, it's not unprecedented to get this warm this time of the year. The air conditioner coming in handy over the next couple of days, especially tomorrow and Wednesday afternoon. If you haven't had a chance to set it up or install it and you want to make it through, again, next 2 days might be a little rough, but it should get a little bit easier and more comfortable here towards the end of the week with some cooler weather ahead. Memorial Day weekend. It looks like 2 of the 3 days look dry. We'll keep an eye on Monday. There's a chance for showers. It's a week out, but this is the general idea. I do encourage you to check back with us because, again, long-range weather oftentimes can change. Live looking downtown Utica, temperature of 67 degrees. It is looking quiet out there. Kind of feels like a summer night, doesn't it? We've got higher levels of humidity tonight, and temperatures will stay in the low 60s. Keeping an eye on the radar this evening. So we did see a couple of showers and a few rumbles of thunder in the Finger Lakes, but that has weakened. It shows you the environment that's going to be changing. We're going to be seeing these pop-up thunderstorms as we head into the next 2 days. Most of these will be in the afternoon, and they don't affect everybody. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the low to mid 60s, a mild night ahead. Tomorrow, a few scattered storms. Most of the day looks sunny, beautiful, and very warm, but there is the chance that we could see a few pop-up storms in the afternoon and evening. Temperatures tomorrow night only drop down into the mid 60s, a very muggy night. We do this again Wednesday. Again, most of Wednesday looks dry. A couple of isolated storms pop up in the afternoon. As a cold front arrives Wednesday night, I think that's going to be our best chance of seeing wet weather and a few rumbles of thunder. Mild tonight, low of 62. Tomorrow, sunshine, a very warm day, and again, the chance of a storm, high of 88. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. 89 on Wednesday, again, chance of a storm in the afternoon. Showers Thursday morning, 75, much cooler, much more comfortable as we head into the weekend. Partly sunny skies Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I know, can we actually get a dry weekend around here? We'll find out.
Wednesday night is usually, by then you can usually go, yeah, Friday's going to be good for sure.
Yeah.
We're hoping.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next,